Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Moxi Monday. It's 10:15 a.m., so we're going to go ahead and get started today. Hopefully you guys all had a great weekend and had some Halloween fun or relaxation of some kind, whether it was Friday, Saturday, or Sunday. That being said, I don't want to make anything too difficult for you guys today because I'm sure you're all pretty sleepy from the weekend. So today is going to be an easy day. And I also wanted to make mention that we often hear that the first introduction to Moxi is typically through a Moxi Monday. So there are several people who get their first glimpse of it or view of it on a Moxi Monday because they're waiting to attend a full-on session. So today we're going to make it kind of easy for you. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. My name is Elizabeth Glass. If you have any questions at all, you can go put them in the chat box. We'll make sure we'll address any questions you have. After today or after the session, feel free to reach me by email or phone call. My email is elizabeth.glass@cbschmidtohio.com. So that's elizabeth.glass@cbschmidtohio.com. So if you guys can jump to the chat bar, I just want to make sure you can see my screen and hear me. Somebody can go ahead and give me a yes or nod, yes or no, please. Yes, you can. Thank you, Susan. I appreciate that. Okay, so today is going to be pretty easy. We're just going to really kind of do an overview session just to make sure that everybody's set up correctly and that we're ready to roll. It's important now because especially with the new year coming for us, we're going to have new marketing pieces. People are kind of revamping, they're looking at their business. We want to kind of make sure we're starting the year off fresh and kind of connected correctly. So what we're going to do today is I'm actually going to go over, instead of just one piece of the profile, we're going to kind of run through all of it today pretty quickly, because typically we don't do this, one whole session on just the account profile section. We typically pick a piece of it and kind of look at it. So what we're going to do today is I'm going to take our eyes to the left side of the screen. We're going to start on the top. We're going to run down, and I just want to maybe point out stuff that maybe you didn't know existed in here, such as branding opportunities for your emails inside of Moxi, Engage, etc. So let's start at the beginning. I am logged into Moxi. When you first log in, it typically takes you to your My Account screen, which is where we are. But if you've logged in previously to a different one of our platforms like Present or Engage or website, it's probably going to log you back into that page, to that section. So to get where I am or to get to the account profile section, it's very easy. In the top right-hand corner, you have your icon of your profile, and you're going to click on the down arrow or click on the profile itself. And what's going to happen is you're going to get a drop-down screen, and then you're going to choose the My Account option. And then it's going to load you right here to this profile page section. So no matter where you are, you can always get to this section using that upper right-hand panel. Now, what you'll notice is that whatever is highlighted in blue is the section that, let's say, is open or that showcases to you here on the right-hand side. So right now we're in the My Account tab. Some of you that might not see everything might have it minimized. So you just expand your options here. You guys are going to have the My Account and the Agent Tools section. Disregard this section here. That's going to be for management ASCs and RSCs. So we're just going to focus on what pertains to you as an agent. In the My Account section, we're in the profile. The reason I mention this so often when you're on with me is because this is where the hub of your information lies. And if you don't have your information correct here, it does not show up on your Present tab, which is your presentation. So your listing presentation, your buyer presentation, your seller presentation, it doesn't show up there. If it's not correct here, it doesn't show up in your Engage campaign. So imagine doing the work of getting all of your people put into Engage, you get them on a campaign, and then your email is correct or incorrect. That's not going to help your business. So it stems from here. Just so you guys know, same thing applies to your website. We're going to take a quick look at it today because I want to make sure you guys are inclusive of circle marketing. So when I say that, I mean, I want your websites to connect to your profile. I want your profile to connect to your websites. And this is where we're going to show how to do it. So if you notice here, again, we're in the profile section because it's highlighted in blue. And then what we've got is we've got some sections here. The first one says personal information, which is where your information, you can dictate whether it shows up online or it doesn't show up online, just so you guys know, for those of you who are wanting to not to show for whatever reason, you have the ability to turn it off. Do you want to show up in the directory? Do you want to be included in reports? That kind of stuff. That's just your personal information, inclusive of your name, etc. The next section is the contact info. This is your primary information of contact for email, phone number. So the first section we have here is your primary email, and then we have your Moxi sync email. So what that means is they're two different things. They can be the same, but if you have asked specifically Moxi to change your sync email, it will be different. This is the email that you're logging in with. This is the email that we'll email you to. So if there's any correspondence from Moxi itself, it will come to this email. Display email is what shows up on your marketing. So whether it's your Engage, Present, or website application, this is where what's going to show. Your sync tool is just for your contacts. So this is the email here that when it's synced or connected, it will automatically make the contacts you have in that email show up here in Moxi Engage. Lately, if you try to do an upload within the last month and you had some difficulty, we just found out it wasn't an error on the end of Moxi. It was actually a change from Google, who changed their API. So we've got our team hard at work. They were working on reconnecting our API so that it connected correctly. The problem should have been resolved by now, and we should be good to go. But if you had an issue where you tried to do that upload and your email sync here was correct, it was actually, that was the cause of that. You should be good to go now. Just so you guys know, again, if you need to change this email, you email support@moxiworks.com. Again, it's support@moxiworks.com. You just let them know you want to change the email and they can do that for you. It does need to be a Gmail or a company provided G Suite. Now the next section here, right here, a lot of you guys probably don't have this even turned on because you probably don't realize it's here. When you connect your cell phone here in this section, notice how it says right here, allow customers to schedule a showing for my listings via text message online using a mobile number. So you have an option to get some extra things done by text for efficiency. Honestly, guys, because that's just kind of the way that our world works right now. So we'll show you how to turn that on. The next section is web info, and one of the most important, because this is where your bio goes, your biography. It's a mini biography. You need to make sure that you stand apart from the rest and you're not just the next agent in the sea of agents who wants to work with somebody. There can be a stigma attached to a realtor, and we break that by having a bio. You're not just the next person trying to get a commission. You're a human being, you're a person, you're the girl next door, the guy next door, and you're an amazing realtor. You have an amazing experience with an awesome team backing you up. When you have a bio here and it's a little bit personal, a little bit business, and nothing too heavy or long, you're just able just to give a quick little glimpse of people who you are. And I don't want you to be intimidated in what I'm saying, because it's actually very simple. Typically, when it comes to doing a bio, I like to say, just do bullet points, grab a notebook, a notepad, do a quick little bullet point list of things that, for example, I ask these questions. I say, what's important to you? If you had to choose a realtor, you as a person, if you had to choose a realtor, I want you just to write down bullet points of what would be important to you. Efficiency, on time, honest, loyal. So those are the ways you can write your bio, because what you're doing is when you're asking yourself those questions, like, what's important to me as a realtor? Next question, what values or morals do I have? Those questions, and you bullet point the answers. You're writing your bio itself, because what is important and valuable to you is what you're conveying in a bio. So I just take those bullet points for people and I formulate sentences out of them. If you would like additional assistance doing that, we actually just had Blue Matters Monday go out, I think last week or the week before, and it was just on that exact topic, doing your bio. You can actually fill out a form through the marketing department and they can assist you with your bio. So if you want help and it's not maybe to par or something you're proud of showing, or maybe you just haven't done it because you hate writing, it's not your thing, make sure you guys reach out to the team and put that form in and get that assistance and get it in here. You also have on the same section here in the web info is your URL, what's called slug, or your address. And in addition to that, your social media. So if it's not connected here, it's not going to be on your other forms. We want it to be in here, because that way when somebody is looking at a presentation, they can click on the Facebook icon and go to your Facebook page. Same thing from within the Engage campaigns and your website as well. So let's very quickly unlock these sections, show you how to very quickly update them, and then I'm going to move on to the rest to the left of the panel here. To update any section here, these three, personal info, contact info, or web, we're going to click on the pencil, the blue pencil, the edit icon, and it's going to unlock all three sections. So if you notice here, we're going to start with the personal info because it's on the left and it's where we were. If you wanted to not show up online, you toggle this back and forth. You have offices that you might be a part of, and you can dictate which ones you want to showcase. You guys are typically probably part of one office, but you're an ASC or manager, you typically have multiple like you see it, I do. And again, do you want to show in the internal directory and include in reports? Is your name spelled correctly? And you can continue to go down here and put the information in that you want to on this section. Now, the next section, contact info. Here's where you want to make sure your emails are correct. So if your primary display email that you want showing up on your marketing and on your website is not the one showing here, you're going to come in here and it's just like Microsoft Word, where if you can see I'm typing here, we've actually got the ability just to type it right in. So all you're doing is updating this page here and updating the information and then clicking on save. Let me go ahead and move my box here. So save is actually right here. Now, if I scroll down here, this is where I've added my phone number. So you can have your, I'm not selling real estate right now, so I'm actually not filling this all out, but you would. So your direct phone goes here. You've got your mobile phone in here. And then this is the option right here. It would not be checked. It would say allow customers to schedule a showing. And then you click on that little box. And then it immediately enables that option for you. And I'm going to show you in the notification section where that becomes relevant. So you need to put your number here and check this box in order for it to enable what we're going to show you over here in the notifications in just a second. So that's where you want to make sure that information is updated. Your web info right here, you're going to take your bio. Once it's written, copy, paste it, or type it right here in this box. Your website is right here. And then again, you're just going to go to your social media, as many as possible, please, as many as possible. If you have an Instagram, if you have a Twitter, put it here, because the more places people can get to you, the more business you can achieve. The less places you are, the less business you can achieve. It's very simple. So you're just going to get to your homepage and then paste it right here and have it all in one spot. Then when you hit save, it's going to load all three locations or all three sections and save them. If you want to feel extra safe, you can save it after each one and then re-hit that edit pencil. But that would update all of it for you. And then in addition, you want to make sure your photograph is here and that it's some kind of a professional looking photograph and not necessarily like a Facebook profile selfie. We have offices that are stunning and gorgeous. So we would love to facilitate getting, even if it's you know, the ASC with their smartphone or something, a nicer headshot for you. We're wanting to do that for you as well. So don't feel hesitant to ask for that. And again, we're just going to click on the little icon here next to the camera where I can upload a new image or remove this one entirely. So that's just making sure your presence is the way you want it to be. Because again, you take the time to market and it's not the correct marketing, you're doing yourself a disservice. So we're starting fresh. And I want you to think about what we're talking about today, even if you've heard us say it 10 times. And I want you to think about it. Okay, now we are getting towards the end of the year. We're starting new. We've had an interesting year with our environments and the pandemic. So what can I do to jumpstart and fuel my business for next year? Let's start getting in that frame of mind. You're starting to get in the business planning frame of mind. So maybe that means a little revamp of your profile or your bio. So when we're going to social media, we're sharing something new, something fresh, and it gives us an opportunity to share for ourselves as well. On the left side, we hit the profile button. The next one down is the MLS button. You guys should all have this on here by now. And if you don't, just want you to know that this is what is important in order for the other sections to connect to the MLS. So when you're in Moxi Present and you're creating a buyer or seller profile and you want the leads and listings to flow into that, or you're on your website and you want the listings to flow in automatically, this is where you're going to make sure your MLS ID number is connected, because when it's connected here, it is where it starts those connections on all the other platforms. So it's as simple as choosing the drop-down box, choosing your MLS for your area, and then jumping down here and then plugging your ID in. You hit validate, you're done. That's it. These sections on the side here, these are set it and forget it. It's not like you're doing them all the time. It's a once in a while thing that you just kind of go in to do it one time and then update it as needed. For example, your profile bio. And then the next section is your offices. Again, most of you are affiliated with one office, but if you're an ASC or a manager, you're able to connect as many as you need to. That way you can have opportunity to view or manage many offices. The next section on the left is account settings. The first subcategory is passwords. If you need to change your password, or let's say all your systems were hacked, maybe not even Moxi, but you just want to just feel super safe and secure because your clients are in here, you're able to jump in here and change your password by clicking on change password. In the event that you forget what it is altogether and you can't even get into Moxi to get to this point, what you would do is you would reach out to your RSC or your ASC. It might be an ASC level, but definitely RSC or trainer. And then we have the ability to reset your password so that it allows you to create a new password as well. But this one is if you are in and you want to make something new and fresh, maybe for the new year, you would hit change password here. Next is one of the most important, and I would love for all of you to do this one in advance of needing it. It's called account access. This is where you can give access to your Moxi account, to your ASC, to your manager, to your RSC, or to trainers like myself, JD, Judy, Carrie, because what happens is sometimes you have a question in Moxi Present or Engage or websites, or maybe you're like, this page isn't working correctly, I'm not sure why. When we have access in advance to getting into your account, we can jump right in, we can see your account as you, and I'm going to show you what I mean here. We can literally, what's called proxy as you, and that means we would have the option after we have account access, because again, your account privacy is a priority to us. Let me click on my down arrow here. When you see these, you guys don't have this option, but admins do and managers do. I have account access to all of these profiles in advance already. So I've already helped each and every one of these people. Now, the good thing is when we keep it in here, let's say Joe has got a question, or Adrian or Benny, what happens is within seconds, I can click right on their name and it immediately takes me into their profile. So I'm in their Present, I'm in their Engage, their websites. And what happens is all the time, I can immediately see what you're referring to in a second. I can make the change for myself for you, and then bam, what might have taken you an hour to figure out, we've now figured out in a matter of a minute or less. So what happens is if you're in a pinch, you can give us account access then, but if you do it in advance, I just want you to feel assured that we're going to be prepared in advance to not need to wait on you to do the approval. So here's what you're going to do. There are two sections. You can say, this one says my account access. This means you're going to give control of your account to somebody else. So to your manager, to your leader, to your RSC, you're going to click on manage. And when it means control, it just means getting into your platforms, but we do not have access. We don't get into your clients. We don't pull anything like that. It's still privacy. We don't see your password. I want you guys to really kind of think about what that means. So we're just getting into your platform for assistance and help, but we don't take your your passwords. And we also don't look at or view or have access to your clients. So this is, again, just an additional benefit of Moxi. What you're going to do is you're going to jump in here and click on invite. And you're going to put your name, the name of who you wanted to invite. So let's say, for example, let me pull one of our regional leaders here, put the first name in there and you put the last name. So you would put in here your ASC, your RSC, your manager, and then the little magnifying glass here. And then you're going to click on add. Now what happens once I hit an add and then invite, remember that's a two-step process. Add, you're not done, you still have to hit invite. What that does is it now does two things. In Vanessa's Moxi account, she is going to have a little flag right here by account access, a little, it's either yellow or orange, letting her know that she has a new authorization for a new access. So she now has access to my account. She's also got an email generated in her email, which she's probably wondering why, assuming I'm in training. but now that's going to tell her in an email that she's been given access. So when you do this in advance, it allows them to very quickly come in here and change profiles and what's called proxy as you. The other option in here is if it's not you and it's your manager, your ASE, or one of us, we want to ask for access, okay? What we do is we come over here and we click on manage and we're saying, okay, can I have access to your account? So for some reason, if you can't do it in the moment, we can come in and request access from you. And let me do here, let's do this. Fingers are tap heavy here. See Michelle on the line here. I would look her up. And here's Michelle right now, Streetsboro. I would say add, and it's done again, 2-step add request, because I'm requesting authorization. Now, 2 things have happened for Michelle. When she's logged into Moxi, she's going to have a little yellow or orange flag right here letting her know there's a notification. She's going to click access, and then it's going to say that I'm requesting authorization to access her account. She's also going to have an email sent to her email saying Elizabeth is asking for permission. When she goes in and it grants that permission and says yes, then what will happen is immediately her name will show up right here. And when you go to switch user, it'll immediately allow me to go into her platform so that I'm able to assist her very quickly at a glance. And I can't tell you how many times people have told me, leave my name as approved, don't disconnect it, because they found that when we help them, it's done in a minute versus the time it would have taken them to figure it out. So you can choose to remove control if you wish, but like I mentioned, most people tend to just leave it because they like knowing at a quick little click, I'm immediately jumping in and I'm able to be in their file and see exactly what they're referring to. So that's how you can get help with account access from your team. The next section on the left is notifications. You probably haven't been to these last couple ones, maybe ever. But this one right here, when you had your phone number put into the profile section where I showed you, this is where it lets you select this option here and turn it on. It says receive a text message on your phone when a crucial event occurs. So select a number and activate the alerts you wish to sign up for. Obviously, message rates apply. So if somebody is a new lead, maybe on my website or responding to one of my Engage campaigns, and I go ahead and toggle this on, what this does is it meets me in the world I live in today, which is often on my phone via text. Now, every time I have a new lead coming in and I turn that on, it's allowing me to get a text message. So, yep, I should be in Moxi every day as a realtor, but sometimes it's just quicker to see it on my phone. And guess what? I can reply quicker on my phone on a text, even if I'm in a message or something like that as well. Oh, Michelle says she accepted. Good, awesome. Let me go in and show you guys right now. That was it for this section. So that's just how you can turn on text notifications. So let's go back in. I'm going to go to account access. I'm going to give you guys full live interaction because I want you to see how fast we can help you when you let us. So I'm going back into my other account access. I might need to refresh my screen, but let's see if it does it on its own here. Yep, it works. So let's go down. If I jump down here, Michelle's going to be somewhere in here. And as you can see, she's right here now. She's already accepted. That was instantaneous. You see how quick that was? And now watch what happens. So I'm going to come in here. I'm going to do switch user. And I'm able to jump right in. I'm going to go straight into Michelle, which is right here now. And what's great is, okay, let's just say as a simulation, she's in her Moxi websites. She's trying to build a custom website and she needs help. See how I'm in hers now? But I want you to look. I don't have all of the extra information and privacy things for the agent. I just have the main crucial things for the platform. So if she's like, I just wrote a new bio, I really need help and I can't get it in, I can even hit the edit button in here and I can go ahead and plug it in for her. So this is how your ASC can also help you in getting your profile set up. You're helping them help you basically. But if I go into my website, so I'm technically I'm logged into my Elizabeth account, but I am now proxying or in mode as her. Sorry, that one must not be set up yet because she doesn't need it set up. But if I go into any one of these, let's go into present. It's going to load me and log me into her exact present profile. So let's say, okay, let's redo this one. Let's say she has an issue with this presentation. I'm in as her and I'm seeing her presentations. So anything I do and update and edit is going to update it for her and she's going to be in it. And guess what? She can be in it right now with me. So this is how we support you at a higher level because you can be in it. I can be in it, kind of like we're in Zoom talking and communicating. I'm able to efficiently showcase to you, even if we wanted to talk it through, to show you the change I've made, I can do that. Or I can make the change for you on my own and just help you at a higher level. So, and for me to go back, it's again, a couple seconds, I can switch back to my user profile and I'm back to business. So I don't want the ASCs. Yes, just so you guys know, Michelle is an ASC for now. That's why she's not set up. I figured that out pretty quickly. I didn't know that, but let me go ahead and close that. Thank you for letting us use your profile there and showing that live action. But see how I very quickly now I'm in my present so that I'm in here and you see all my presentations. And the way as an ASC, you know, it's because if it's just my profile, it's just mine. If I'm proxying or in as somebody else, their little box will show up in front of me. But it's a very easy way for you guys to prepare in advance for issues instead of waiting until you need help at the last minute. And then now you're trying to figure out how to get the email, get it accepted, and then we're trying to get in and help you. My recommendation and your takeaway from today is to please do this today. I would love for each and every one of you to send access to your ASC immediately as soon as we get off this call, just to prepare yourself in advance. So on the left-hand side, we've gone over profile, MLS, we've done offices, account setting, notifications. Just got like 2 more. One of them right here is my brand. And this would be just if you wanted to stipulate a specific signature in your email. So when you're corresponding via email or through Engage in Moxi, if you want to have something specific here other than what's automatically pulled in, which this information, just so you know, comes in from profile. If it's not correct here, it's because it's not correct in profile. But you're still able to jump in and showcase what it would showcase or show as. So as a desktop view and as a mobile view. And again, I can come right in here and we can edit. And then you can also come in here and have basic. You can do custom. You can have templates. And it just chooses the layout for you. See how instead of just your basic text, you can have it pull your graphic in and different layouts. So why not do this? You're already going to go in here. You're going to make sure your account settings are given permission to your ASC. Why don't you do something that just makes it look a little bit more top notch, a little bit nicer, and it just takes you 3 seconds. If I just click this button, I just went into templates. See that up there? And then I clicked on left, and now I've got this already lined out beautiful signature, HTML coded, meaning they can click right here and go to my website, click here and go to email. It's just one extra thing for full circle marketing that doesn't take you any additional time except for a 1-second click. So that's it for my brand. Again, that stuff's pretty darn easy. The next section I'm going to expand and cover just very fast here, so we're almost finished, is the agent tools section. The first one is listings. So this is where your listings are going to pull in from. So you have this connected to the MLS. It's automatically going to feed in here for you. But when you're an agent and you click on your active and pending, it's going to actually show each listing right here for you. So you're able to open them up and see them and access them. And then again, it has the off market and my hot sheet right in there. So I would recommend taking a peek at that, just because you might not know that section has been there. And it helps to facilitate making sure things are pulling through correctly, guys. So if you're not sure, you're able to jump in there and pull in and take a look. The other thing I'm going to jump into quickly, and it's the last thing that we need to cover, is integrated tools. Integrated tools is where you're going to connect 2 platforms that we've got working behind the scenes to connect with our other platforms inside Moxi. So for those of you who are not in Florida, we are using .loop. In Florida, you guys use app files. That's not currently connected, and we have made that request, but I don't have a timeline of when or if that's something that's going to happen anytime quite soon. So for those that do use .loop, you're just going to very simply hit connect account, and then you're going to type in your email address that is the company provided .loop account. So I always specify this should never be your personal .loop. If you've ever bought a house on your own, like I have a personal .loop account connected to my personal email. That is not the one I want to put in there. The email that I put in there is going to be the one that is company provided, that I got from the company, because that's the one that's going to have my templates already ready and connected in there for me. So let's go back to where I was, agent tools, integrated tools. Now, as soon as I go ahead and have that in there and hit connect account, what happens is it connects with Moxi Engage, which is your marketing program for campaigns. It's also where you have your people, all your clients. So when it's connected here, for example, if Michelle was my client and I connected my .loop for the company here, and I was in my Engage in her profile, I'm able to connect the actual .loop account contract to Engage. And what happens is Engage actually creates it for me. So it logs into .loop for me. It creates the buyer profile loop for me. It connects the correct buyer paperwork and contracts for me. And it saves me a whole heck of a lot of trouble. It's also connected to requests for review for Zillow, which is this next area down here, or called low real estate search. So if you see the next section, it's simple as well. It's just as simple as the first. You're just putting in your email address, but this is right now what we're currently utilizing to showcase Zillow reviews, because people are still going there. They're leaving the reviews. It's still a resourceful site until we get our testimonial tree up and running here pretty soon. This is where people, it's where they go. So what we're doing is we're not giving any information to Zillow. They get nothing from us. They don't get our clients' information. What happens is when we put our email address in here, and this is one of our agents, when we put the email address connected to the Zillow account, it pulls in our reviews. So for example, if I was Carolyn, it pulls in all of my reviews as Carolyn that people left for me. And guess what? They show up automatically in Moxi Present on all the presentations, and they can also pull through and show up on your website for your testimonials tab. So it's just a great way for letting other people speak great about you, a classy way, so that you don't have to do it yourself. Because that's kind of the way that's our jam here at Coldwell Banker. We in it, Century 21 and Sotheby's. Classy is the best way to go. And we love letting other people make you shine. And by using reviews, that's how we do it. So again, all we do is we connect it here in this integrated tool section, and then it's done. It's set it and forget it. It runs and operates on our own from here on out. That being said, we are going to be utilizing Testimonial Tree here pretty soon. So we're going to be looking at rolling those out. Look at your calendars for education the next month. We'll kind of talk about what that means to you guys. But for now, we're going to wrap up. And I just wanted to do a pretty quick overview, because there might have been at least one or two little tidbits you might not have been privy to knowing, just because it takes a couple seconds to go into those sections to really look at them. And sometimes we just let life be busy and we don't get to do it. So if there are no questions, I'm going to give you a real quick second to jump into chat. You can ask any questions you have. And if I don't have any questions here in just a minute, we're going to go ahead and wrap this Moxi Monday up. As always, I will take the time to upload it into the Schmidt video classroom. That way, if you need a refresher or reminder down the line, you can give us just about an hour or two, and then you'll see it there as well. I think we are good to go. So your homework is to go into the account section, make sure everything is updated correctly. Let's start you off strong and fresh. Make sure you send account permission to your ASC or RSC, and let's take this Monday, make it a good one and an awesome rest of our week. I think we are all set. I do see a chat box, something pop in. Let me see what, oh, thank you. Good. Okay, guys, I think we are all set. Have an amazing rest of your week. Happy November 1st. Have an awesome awesome month for the rest of the rainy month as well. All right, guys, see you guys later. Have a wonderful day. Bye.